was just going to say as well, Ramona's mic isn't working, so she can't hear or speak today. So I'll be speaking on her behalf. All right, so this presentation by Quiva, Jack, Ramona, and myself is called Climate Change Action. And the company we're addressing today is Amazon. We will indicate what slide we're on before speaking, and we'll be rotating speakers regularly. So thanks for your attention. Jack will take you now.
Okay, so good evening, everyone, and thank you all for being here. Today, the four of us are here to talk about the future of our planet. In the midst of a climate emergency, and we believe you have the power to create the change needed to save our planet and preserve it for future generations. We simply ask you to look outwards for the greater good of humanity. This goes beyond facade, instead finding a new ethical approach.
The consequences of climate change include more erratic weather patterns and extreme weather events like typhoons, droughts, storms, and floods.
Slide 3. They are felt most by the world's poorest people and can be linked to other critical global challenges such as conflict and migration. In Ireland, climate change may lead to a rise in sea level, more intense storms, more rain, increased flooding, water shortages in summer, and changes to the plants and animals.
Slide 4. Globally, species are placed at risk of extinction, which impacts on our ability to grow food.
Slide 5. Neoliberal economics and the materials economy has created a production and consumption on a planet with finite resources. On average, the products bought in the world, only 1% are still in use by the consumer 6 months after their purchase. That means 99% of the people away. This model of consumption is completely unsustainable. Scientists have found that the Earth can support each individual in the current population having an ecological footprint of 2 hectares per year. However, the Western civilization uses 6.5 hectares per year. That form of consumption, if followed by the whole population, would require 3 to 10 Earths to sustain such a lifestyle.
Slide 6. What does this have to do with Amazon? Amazon is the world's largest retailer in e-commerce. Amazon thrives on the capitalist system of buying and selling for profit and provides a platform for the world to consume vast amounts of goods. Amazon sold 280 billion worth of goods in 2019. Consumerism and consumption is also heavily tied to neoliberal economics and also dictates the economic growth of a country. This means there is an incentive for the government to invest heavily in this area. Employment is also perceived in this regard as a necessary means to attain the income necessary for consumption. Employment is a means to an end, providing us with the income required to meet our needs. We must change how we measure economic growth and the economic model. Measuring economic growth by consumption encourages the unsustainable consumption we as a world allow to thrive.
Slide 7. Amazon has made some strides in favor of the environment, with Amazon co-founding the Climate Pledge. Its main points are to be running on 100% renewable energy by 2030 and net zero carbon by 2040, to introduce 100,000 electric vehicles in its delivery fleet, and a $100 million investment in reforestation projects. This appears to be a positive move by Amazon, but only it came after pressure was put on them by their own workers who organised walkouts and protested their lack of environmental responsibility. On paper, Amazon may run on 100% renewable energy and net zero carbon by 2040, but that is not the reality of it. Renewable energy is not entirely renewable.
So when noting Amazon's order of 100,000 electric delivery vehicles for its use, remember the MIT study that noted that the materials extracted and produced in lithium-ion batteries are harmful to the environment. The mining and processing of metals such as lithium, copper, and nickel requires, and it can release toxic compounds. Electric cars don't solve the climate crisis, but create a new set of problems. The pledge doesn't seem to acknowledge Amazon's 50-strong aircraft fleet, nor are they planning on cutting down. They plan to have 20 more planes, bringing that total. In America, they fly 110 flights daily and 20 in Europe.
So slide 8. We as a planet need a new economic model in which we consume less. An alternative model is the sustainable consumption network. This entails sourcing locally reduced meat consumption, investing more in public transport, and shifting consumption ties with economic prosperity. Amazon has the power, money, and political ties to create change. Amazon could lead by example, looking outward instead of inward, and challenge the economic model in which it recklessly booms. Amazon has a responsibility to lobby and advocate for change for the humanity's sake.
Slide. As we've seen, especially during these times, we rely heavily on online shopping. To improve competitiveness, Amazon has increased its shipping times, offering next day delivery. This then increases emissions.
So same slide. So that's why Amazon created Amazon Prime, where you pay subscription with it and you have few benefits, and this includes next day delivery. By creating a second day delivery, the oil fuel consumption increases dramatically as more vehicles are used and more often to get products at the destination.
Slide 10. The uptake in planes, trucks, and packaging material in the name of one-day or same-day shipping has added congestion to cities, pollutants in the air, and cardboard to landfills. They need to influence the customer's thinking by not offering these services. The benefit to a delivery being slower is that a company can consolidate more packages into fewer vehicles. Goodchild explained that this would be one of the solutions that could be provided. On different delivery trucks, rushed packages are often transported on planes, which produce a lot of CO2 and creates the climate change. And the Amazon is investing more in its own fleet. Consequence of all those different orders shipped separately and returned for free is more cars, more trucks, more planes, and more cardboard.
Slide 11. In fact, the number of trucks, which includes all types, not just delivery vehicles on the road, has doubled since 1995. This is the time to stop these actions that could have a severe damage on us as individuals and on the earth. We have to do it before it's too late. One solution that could benefit both the budget of the company, the earth, and the consumers is change from fuel-consuming cars to electric cars. Besides this, there are many more solutions that can be created if we work together and we care even a little bit for our planet.
We need to ensure that we convert to clean, renewable energy as soon as possible. We need to ensure that our efforts help the planet and save our future are done properly. It is well known that the electricity created for electric cars is sounds counterproductive. They need to be powered by clean, renewable energy. So we urge you not just to look good, make the earth look beautiful. Our earth is our home, and we need to maintain it and ensure it is hospitable for future generations.
So slide 13. Non-renewable energy has only negative effects on every aspect of this planet. Burning these fossil fuels is one of the leading contributors to climate change. It is us, our impact on this earth, the Anthropocene, which is driving it, and the fact that we are aware allows us to stop this terrifying future that is already manifesting itself. Energy sources like oil and gas are destroying our air and our water, all of our essentials. Did you know just 1 liter of oil contaminates up to 1 million liters of water? Your recent investment in oil will lead to contaminated water supplies, which will in turn destroy ecosystems, kill mammals, fish, and birds, and hinder irrigation, just to name a few. There are 19,000 deaths per day due to air pollution that you create. Oil spills increased neonatal mortality by 38% per 1,000 live births. Oil and gas have strong links to causing respiratory damage, liver damage, decreased immunity, increased cancer risk, reproductive damage, just to name another few.
Slide 14. We aren't condemned to this horrific fate if we act now. If you change the energy we create into clean, sustainable energy, we can continue to live our lives as we are now. It is an investment you are making for the future of your business. We need you to put large amounts of money into research and innovation to create perhaps a new energy source for us, or perhaps into thorium nuclear plants, which are gaining popularity with environmentalists. Solar and wind has been recently debunked by a documentary called Planet of the Humans, which has startled many people. We urgently need you as one of the few multinational companies on this planet with the funds to find and create a happy future. The only way we can go on living the way we are is if you act now. Renewable energy is a smart business move, not just for humanity and the Earth crisis solution.
Slide 15. Plastic waste. Although Amazon has addressed its packaging waste efforts, many industry experts and consumers still believe it's not done enough to tackle this issue. From their reports, it's clear to see that Amazon still needs to make substantial efforts in reducing its packaging waste and review its current frustration-free packaging program. Its use of lightweight plastic mailers, which play a positive role in reducing packaging size and unnecessary bulk, cannot be recycled via curbside recycling bins. Plastic mailers require a separate recycling system, as it has the ability to jam regular cycling systems.
Slide 16. We can't deny the joy that bubble wrap brought us when we were children, laying it out and jumping all over it, or scrunching it up. But we were young and naive then. We didn't realize how terrible this material was for the environment. Bubble wrap is not available with much, if any, recycled content. It is difficult. You might see biodegradable options out there. Don't be misled. Many of these options are either not biodegradable at all, or are in fact called oxy-biodegradable, which essentially means an added plastic to help it break down if it ends up as litter. This process is extremely misleading and actually counterproductive to the challenges of marine plastic pollution, as it leads to higher and faster of microplastic in the ocean.
So slide 17. As it was first produced in 1947, there is now a huge amount of polystyrene litter floating around, particularly along shores and waterways, and there is an increasing amount in the Pacific Ocean. Plastic foam, or polystyrene, is one of the most widely used types of plastics due to its low cost, moldable qualities, and its capability to generate its lightweight counterpart styrofoam. Its various desirable performance attributes such as heat tolerance and retention, and its low cost has made it the preferred takeout container for many restaurants and businesses. Consumers are becoming increasingly aware of the negative effects of foam on the environment and human health, and are demanding more sustainable options. As a result, state and local bans and regulations have been enacted to reduce the use of polystyrene products. Due to the high cost and complex logistics of building polystyrene compacting machinery, as well as the difficulty of collecting waste polystyrene, this system remains just a distant dream of the vast majority of countries.
Slide 18. However, there are some fantastic modern solutions to bubble wrapping and protecting goods. Corrugated bubble is made from shredded corrugated, typically made out of unusable portion of our corrugated sheets after they are cut into shipping boxes. So not only is our corrugated bubble 100% recyclable and compostable, is upcycled. Green wrap is a spectacular option when you need the molding and protection of traditional bubble wrap, but want something far more sustainable. Green wrap has two layers, a white tissue paper liner layer and an outer layer that comes in a brown or white option. Indented craft paper is one of the strongest and sturdiest packaging paper options. It offers solid protection, but not quite the level of cushioning as green wrap and traditional bubble wrap. On the other hand, it is operationally simpler than green wrap. We are aware that plastic is cost efficient and beyond easily accessible to purchase in various forms and quantities, but we are living in an era that is now screaming for our help. Biodegradable solutions are our only way forward if we are trying to achieve a greener environment.
So slide 19. Through innovation, determination, our aspirations to form a clearer future will be within a reaching distance, but only with your help. We need to go beyond and ensure a carbon positive future, not just a carbon neutral one. Our future is in your hands, and we're here to open your eyes and inspire you to become greater and kinder to this very earth that you and I both walk on. We need your help to heal the planet, to make our soil rich, to make our skies shine, and to make our oceans glimmer with life again. To a brighter future, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, very well.
Well done, Yellow. That was a bit of a tour de force, really well undertaken, and I really like the fact that you actually selected a company like Amazon and built the presentation around exactly what was asked in the brief around making a presentation to the board. So really well done. Any comments from anybody else? Sidearm, you're always good for some pithy and to the point comments.
Okay, sure. These are specifics. Good team covering for Ramona. Excellent planning for catastrophe. Good job. I especially liked how you took turns and you went back and forth, back and forth. It kept the energy up, so you kind of handed off to each other regularly. That was fun. I liked that. I really ditto what John said. You picked a specific company to address, and you had a very good script. What I would call, you kept the emotion in it. You need emotion to get the attention, and you called them to action from your opening statement, but you did it from, we're on the same side. We have this common world that we all want, and then you went forward from that, and then you closed with the call of common interest, and we're all in this together. So you caught my attention with the emotion, and then I could pay attention with my brain, my big brain, to your cognitive comments. So those are my key comments. I'm going to nitpick. I always nitpick on something. So you guys look great. Spooky, you look atrocious. You should dress up. He's wearing a tux. The girls are wearing nice outfits. Man.
I think I look good.
Yeah. Well, at least lose the dog. That's it. Back to you, John.
Thank you very much indeed, Syed.